Firstly, we can begin by laying down our fabric and then placing the front, back and waistband pattern on top. We can cut around the patterns, making sure we leave enough space all around. This is because the fabric will shrink from being pressed. Open up the fabric flat to press using the iron on full steam. Here I am doing it section by section. If you have a bigger ironing board, it will be easier and quicker. Once everything is pressed, we can fold the fabric in half, placing the selvage edge together, making sure it lays flat when folded. We can pin the selvage down to hold the fabric securely. We can begin to place the front skirt pattern onto the fold of the fabric, making sure the center front is right on the edge of the fold and lays flat before pinning the pattern down. When pinning the patterns down, we can start from the top, working our way down to the bottom of the pattern, making sure it is flat at all times. Placing pins every 5 to 8 centimeters in between each pin will hold the pattern down securely. With the back pattern, we can place it next to the front pattern and measure the grain line to the selvage of the fabric before we start pinning down the pattern, again making sure the pattern is flat. The grain line is important as it helps to hold the shape of the garment when worn and washed. We will do the same thing with the waistband, making sure the grain line is measured correctly against the selvage and the pattern is laying flat. Once everything is pinned, we can start to cut the patterns out using fabric shears. When doing this step, take your time and cut as neatly as possible. It will make things easier when it comes to sewing it all together. Once all patterns have been cut out, we can snip little notches at each end of every seam allowance. This will help indicate the darts, front, back, fold lines and corners, making things clear when sewing it together. Each notch should only be a few millimeters using the tip of the scissors. If you are unsure, please watch what I do closely. Once we have finished notching the patterns, we can take the pins out and begin to sew the skirt together.